All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Freezin for NFC North Podcast, episode 173. Do the Bears own the Packers now? Ranking division quarterbacks plus 2025 Bears and Packers season reviews. You know, our division is officially done, but we're never done. We're always here. We're always ready to talk NFC North and football, and welcoming in as you know. Frequently. You've been quite frequent, Miles. So where can everyone find you as we get started?
No, I've always loved jumping on here with you fellas. You guys can find me on the Pack Weekly Pod every Monday night, streaming live, talking Pack, sticking to football, not getting distracted with all the BS that goes on. And, we'll get some things sorted out here tonight about this ownership question. I think we're going to get that all nice and squared away. But, yeah, you can find me in Titletown. That's where we still reside.
Well, definitely appreciate you coming on. Like and subscribe. Lots of great stuff. If you have to look at Packer stuff, he's definitely one of the go-to sources, especially as drafts coming up. I'm looking forward to all that stuff as well. Always glad to have our Viking contingent on. We've this year it's been steady, and thanks to Dre and others as well. Dre, where can everyone find you as we get started?
Turn your sound on, bro.
You got your mic.
We both did it.
He's going to be going. So you can find me on NFLOutdated on Twitter X, on YouTube, on Instagram, and you find us on Freezin 4 Pod on TikTok. Although I did post some stuff, and I don't know, the whole algorithm's messed up, so I'm not getting as many views on that as well. But we're gonna keep going on TikTok. We've got some great clips as well. How's your sound there, Dre?
I think it's good. Tell me if I'm
all
wrong.
right.
Got him.
Where can everyone find you?
Yeah. Sorry about that. You can hit me up on X, Twitter, Basketball Man Sports. Thanks for being here, even though the season's over.
It is. And seventh letter, I still you can still be the final one, even though you're not the king of the North anymore. That'd be me. But where can everyone find you, sir?
Seventh letter, king of the North. Oh shit. What is it? Seventh letter 4 on Twitter X, Sam OG on Instagram, Facebook. Let's get it, man. How was Cancun? Did you enjoy it, man?
I did. I found some remnants of Packer fans in the sand. So it was I guess it is still, kind of appropriate that you still do say, one of the kings of the North, because I feel like Packers have not won the division since 2021, yet they still say they run the division. So, obviously I've been on Twitter, quite often and talking about now how the Bears have a 2-game winning streak over the Packers, especially in the playoffs. And I know a lot of Packer fans are in the fields about this. And my line now is that the Bears do own the Packers. And factually, I would say that is correct. So, as we kind of get started here, I feel like this is a fantastic place to start, Miles. You are the Packer voice. So do the Bears currently own the Packers?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure how you're defining ownership, because I think a lot of people have owned the Bears more than the Bears have owned them by your standards here. So just be careful. Don't back yourself into a corner now.
I guess we own the Bears.
I do. Okay, that's where I was going to go with this. I think that there's some ownership here.
Okay. All right. I've heard that. Yeah. Continue.
And the other thing about, the North, certainly it's been a couple years since we've had a title. But what was the Bears record within the division this season?
I don't think it really matters if you actually win the division. I think,
oh, okay.
You can grab for the title, but until you hold the title, that's what's you hold on to it. And we were 2-4 in the division, but that last one versus the Lions really didn't count. Ben Johnson said, we're not going to give everything, because we know the Packers are the playoff. We're in the playoffs, and that's the most important game.
All right. So, at least your standards are super solid, man. That's good.
Airtight.
Airtight, So, and the Packers were 4-2 in the division, just to be clear, 2-4 versus 4-2. I thought the Vikings were also 4-2 in the division here. So, just clarifying, if as long as we're bringing in factual information, we're bringing all the factual information. So I don't know, man. I don't think your definition of ownership really lands. So I think ownership is safe right now. There was a really long stretch there over the last 10 to 15 years where the Bears didn't do a whole lot of winning against the Packers.
That's fair. And to be honest, yeah, I mean, our ownership is not been the best leadership GM. I think we've turned the corner, and I know seventh letter. I'm really wondering, and obviously maybe we'll find out here in this offseason about Ryan Poles a little bit more, but you weren't sold on Ryan Poles, but seventh letter, Ryan Poles did say he was going to take the North and never give it back. We have the North now. Are you a little bit more sold on Ryan Poles?
No.
I mean, not even with all the draft class, the best. I mean, I
don't think it's the draft class. I do respect him for the trades that he made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He made some good trades for the O-line. He got Grady Jarrett. You know what I'm saying?
Which Grady Jarrett wasn't, all that impactful.
But y'all, I a lot of times, like, I notice your turnovers pick up when y'all got a little bit of pressure from the inside. So I mean, although the numbers didn't really stack up and you can run on y'all, like, I think like he did have a bit of a presence in the middle. You know what I'm saying? He was better than what y'all had there.
For sure.
So I think like y'all have a good team. I'm gonna be the one to tell you all the time. Y'all should blow out as many turnovers as y'all had. Y'all should have had way more blowouts. Y'all got enough on offense. You got an O-line. If your quarterback hits some layups, you'll be all right. He got the number one pick. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of picks. He had a lot of money. He spent it on some. He won free agency 2 years in a row. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like y'all ain't have pieces. I always thought the Bears was going to be. Last year, I was like surprised it didn't work out, but Eberflus is a bump. You know what I'm saying? This year, Ben Johnson went there for a reason. He got everything. He got everything. Aaron Glenn looks crazy. and Ben Johnson looks like the best coach in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because he had everything he needed. You got explosive offense already. All you had to do was fix the O-line. You had enough money to do so in draft capital to make the trades that you needed. So you got it. That's not it's kind of like Ryan Poles messed up more this year. He looks better this year. He looks better this year because Ben Johnson kind of brought some order to the situation. But
he did.
Before that, he looked crazy. He should have been fired Eberflus.
He should absolutely.
A lot of the free agency that he picked up before, they all was bums. All of them. But this year, he looked like a fucking superhero because you got a real coach now. So hopefully he'll be all right. No, I don't think he's easy. I don't think he's good still. I don't.
Well, here's an interesting thing too. Obviously, bringing the Vikings in here. So I know it was when the Vikings and the Bears were both looking for general managers. It was between Poles was possibly going to go to the Vikings, but then Kwesi. I thought obviously with what the Vikings had done, Kwesi has done a pretty good job. But now, obviously, I think he's kind of in the hot seat in Minnesota. Is that kind of right, Dre?
I think with some people he is. I still don't hold him as objectively. I'll say that there's enough people that are probably thinking it. I don't think he's done terrible. He's kind of had a iffy draft, but I don't know. I look at it overall. He has slight equal or better, slightly better than Spielman's in his 12 years of his draft success. I just think draft success, if anything, is kind of where his weakest part. But then he's only had 3 years, and not every year is gonna have the most all-star, 6 all-stars. That's just not gonna happen. If it does, you're damn lucky. So I think he's kind of fine. But yeah, I do think if anything, he's definitely feeling pressure, especially with the McCarthy thing. If that doesn't pan out, I'm not sure if it will. I want it to, obviously. I think that's where they hedge their bets. So see what happens next year, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, kind of on that too. Obviously, the Seahawks, won the NFC title, and they're heading to the Super Bowl. As a Vikings fan, I mean, obviously, I heard from Shelby if it would have been the Bears versus the Seahawks, she would have not been ready for that. But Sam Darnold, he was actually really good in that NFC.
And they protected his bum ass. He's a bum. If you protect him, he gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
He made some really good throws. I mean,
Matthew Stafford made some really good throws.
He was outplayed by Darnold.
Oh God!
I mean,
yeah, it's one of those things you can't get too upset about because it is what it is. Like they wanted McCarthy, which I understand that.
Yeah, drafted him number 1. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, it's one of those things that's kind of how it is. You don't know who. The thing is that we don't you don't know because honestly, last year Darnold kind of screwed up some of the bigger games, and so are you gonna pay him a lot of money based off of everything? I mean, to arguably be a backup, I don't think he wanted that. I don't think we wanted to pay him that type of money. So I mean, I'm not upset about it. I will never root for the Patriots outside of maybe in the AFC Championship. I cannot root for Sean Payton. So I will root. I rooted for them for that, but that was it. But I am not rooting for it. And I have nothing really against Sam Darnold really at all. So I think that I hope he does well. And if he wins, that's good for them.
Well, I have, a thing here, Miles, and
it's gonna be some heat on him. It's gonna be some heat on him in the Super Bowl. So we'll see.
There is Patriots defense.
They'll get after him. They will.
Obviously, Miles, the Packers were rooting for the Rams to beat the Bears, and because of Devontae, and obviously, to end the Bears season. I would say the Packers have a rooting interest in this Super Bowl. I would say that the Packers should root for the Seahawks. And here's why.
Okay.
Because of Velus Jones Jr. So the Bears lost to the Rams. The Bears lost to the Rams, and Velus Jones Jr., who was on the Seahawks, tweeted out, basically anti-Bears stuff. And so, I think he is, in my mind, the players that are still left, he is public enemy number 1 in Chicago. Velus Jones Jr. He was a bum in Chicago.
He was a bum in Chicago,
and now he's throwing shade at the Bears for losing, and he is basically just he's not even in the back seat. I think he's in the trunk. So Miles, do you buy my rooting for the Packers? Fans should be rooting for the Seahawks.
I'm at this point where yes, I don't know if it's because I'm supporting Velus Jones Jr., even though I do love it when guys play like dog crap for the Bears. There's something about it that just makes me feel good. It makes me want to support that guy. I was a big fan of Jay Cutler, by the way.
I bet you were.
But no, I mean, we're at that point where it's just I'd rather root for the NFC than the AFC. I don't want to start. I mean, as a football fan, I think we're going to get a good Super Bowl. So I like that. I think what they're building in New England, it's hard not to appreciate it. Yeah, it's you get rid of the Chiefs just to. What's that?
They spent all that money.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it worked. There's plenty of examples of teams that spend all that money, it doesn't work. So you gotta admire that they were able to get back there after the full reset and really terrible couple teams. I'm not rooting for them. It is kind of comical that you go from, you know, the Chiefs being somewhat of a dynasty now back to the other dynasty. If you're anything else besides a Chiefs or a Patriots fan in the AFC, it's just it's a rough time for you. But yeah,
it's not really anybody that went into the playoffs this year could have went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it's all a bit after Josh Allen left. It's like ain't nobody else to beat. He beat a backup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like what they did was all that impressive. But you know, it's at the same time, you know, they did it. They're back, and
a Super Bowl is a Super Bowl. Yeah,
exactly. You know, you got there. You know, it is what it is. But I am interested to see how it looks. I don't think that the Seahawks will blow the Patriots out. I've heard a lot of that the Seahawks are just going to beat the brakes off them. I think it's going to be a good game. I do, but
either.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like rooting for anything. I was rooting for a good game, I guess. I don't like the Seahawks. I don't have anybody on the Seahawks that I want to root for. So, yeah, I think that's what it comes down to for me is but I do want to say about, as far as Sam Darnold leaving the Vikings, it's almost, I want to say admirable the way the Vikings fans are handling it because Packers fans would be burning the front office down. Like a lot of fans can't let it go that Goot. Well, I'm sure there's got to be some of them.
There's plenty out there.
But there's a ton of Packers fans that still won't let it go that Goot missed out on JSN. And it's like, guys, it's one pick. He's not going to be 100%. None of them are, let it go. But heaven forbid the guy should miss on anything. So yeah, if that would happen, the front office would be burning at 1265 Lombardi Avenue.
The Packers draft relatively well.
Oh yeah. No, we've had some bad misses. There's some misses that you're like, dang, that sucks. Like you missed on Creed Humphreys. To me, it's not missing JSN. It was missing out on Christian Gonzalez. That was the same.
Yep.
I don't care about JSN. Christian Gonzalez is the one you should have been able to grab.
There's a couple of them. That's the matchup to watch for in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. And the Packers could have had one of those guys, both of them, but not both, either one of them. But anyway, there's some swings and misses, but largely the Vikings fans seem like they're okay with it. And I'm not here to throw shade, but I don't know that I would be because I don't know how McCarthy's going to turn out. That's a whole different conversation, I guess. But just a little respect to you guys. You seem to, for the most part, be handling it pretty well.
Yeah, I think Vikings fans, you get the Minnesota nice, or the kind of like it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just not expecting to win as much, maybe. Dre?
I don't know about that, but
oh man.
Well, let's I want to go back with the Packers review.
Week one? Are we gonna go back to week one? Is that what's gonna happen?
Okay. Well, let's do the Packers review. So, obviously, it's been interesting on Twitter with Packer fans, and you said kind of not letting things go. I mean, it's there's a few that just can't let this go about the losing to the Bears and how it went, and a lot of excuses about injuries, and it's just if we had this, we had that, and so obviously the season didn't go how you wanted to, especially media, hyped up the Packers as they always do in August. They always say, "Oh, Super Bowl, dark horse." Like I said,
come on, man, the way that we won those first two games, that wasn't just media hype.
That's fair. So obviously, you had a lot of the hope and hype, especially you got Micah Parsons and all that, and then it kind of went downhill. So talk about obviously the postmortem for the 2025 Packers season, and then maybe even some particular positions that they may need to address in the offseason.
For sure. I think the biggest issue, and I don't think it's a secret, most Packers fans are circling around it. Some of them can put their finger on it, but it's culture, right? I mean, That's my biggest bone to pick with this team. They've had talent. And you said it, seventh letter. Anybody in the playoffs could have gotten to the Super Bowl and probably won it this year. It just, somebody's got to win those games and somebody's got to lose them. But I don't think it's a talent issue that the Packers have that's keeping them out of the big games, you know. And that's where I'll be the first to say that my knee-jerk reactions to most of these decisions that have happened since the end of the season has not been good, right? I was not a fan of LaFleur after that game. The statistics about fourth quarter collapses that they had this season are just disgusting. It's the only way to put it. And I have to default to, look, I believe these are intelligent people in this room or in this building. You know, like Ed Policy, the president, he's not just some dummy that found his way into the role. He's got to see the problems. He's got to believe there's a solution to them. There's no way they're just looking at that and going, yep, let's just run it back, guys. I really dig how that went. You know, like there's problems there. You got to solve them. I think fans have a version that we believe is a solution. And then, you know, the people in the room that have all the information, they can have a different version of a solution. So Matt LaFleur hangs around. I'm not entirely against that. I think, you know, at first, you know, like I said, my impulse was, oh, that's not good. I think you can fix your problems with Matt LaFleur in the building. Last season, 2024 season, you had more of an attitude in the defensive room and with Anthony Campanelli and, you know, then that leaves and you can kind of see the difference there. They need an attitude, and it doesn't have to come from the head coach. It helps when it comes from the head coach, see Dan Campbell, but it doesn't have to come from the head coach. So I do think that they've actually today addressed a little bit of that issue. We'll get to that. So that being said, I wasn't real happy with the defensive coordinator initially either, right? When the video clips we have of this guy are him asking a room full of NFL athletes if they took the bus to work today. Like, that's as dumb as the Eberflus hits thing. Like, that was just, you got to be kidding me, dude. You just, and swing and miss, right? You know, Liam Cohen, he came out, he looked like a total dork when he signed with the Jags last year. Duval, you know, and he turns out he's kind of a gangster, man. Like, he turned that squad around. So, you know, you can be kind of a dork or a dweeb in some of these little clips and get caught at the wrong time. I'm willing to accept that. I did some digging on Jonathan Gannon and found some great endorsements. There are people that think that he's the guy that, you know, it's like, all right, cool. I'm willing to hear that. Players play for him. That's good. That's what I want to hear. You know, and then today they bring in the assistant from Buffalo. His name is escaping me. But he's going to be the passing game coordinator and defensive backs coach. He did originally interview for the Packers defensive coordinator position when Halfley was hired instead. So they thought enough of him to interview him as a defensive coordinator a couple years ago. So that's, in my opinion, that's a great hire. What I saw of his press conference was, you know, he looks like a high football IQ guy, kind of has a little bit of an attitude. That's what we need. You know, we need attitude in there. You know, and I think some players can bring it, but I think coaches have to bring it. You know, I think just to wrap a thought, one of the common things about this offseason is, oh, well, there's no hope because the Packers don't have a first-round pick. Like, that's just totally false. You don't need a first-round pick, first of all. You got Micah Parsons. There's your first-round pick. And second of all, this team is not first-round picks away from being great, right? They need depth. They need a couple guys, and then you're back at it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Well, yeah, and so Babbage, is the guy they brought in. I heard that he was actually really good with the secondary, and obviously, I think that would probably be helpful for the Packers. So,
sure.
So yeah, I hearing that he was a defensive coordinator, I mean, that really is a solid hire, and maybe that is kind of, you got 2 for 1 as opposed to Halfley, who he had some good games, but you know, some not as good either, but I don't know if that's just the Miles or the
well, they built the defense around Michael Parsons, so after he left, like, you know, and nobody stepped up.
I think it's real easy to go off and blame Matt LaFleur for the issues just because it is such like an obvious leadership failure, but definitely Halfley had some mistakes in there that you can't consider him just the perfect guy, right? Getting run over by Derrick Henry the way you did at the end of the season is not good, man. Not good at all. Like, that's just sort of like a pride thing. You're like, don't let somebody do that to you in your own stadium, especially leading into the playoffs. Like, just don't let that happen. So yeah, I mean, you've got to be willing to be wrong, right? Like, it's easy to take a few clips of information and assume you know everything. I'm willing to say I overreacted and be wrong. I hope for the best. I gotta believe and I trust these guys to solve these problems. So that being said, the positions that they're looking at for 2026, I think it's pretty simple. I think you need interior D line, you need cornerbacks, and you need more O-line depth. And the good news there is the GM is good after round one at adding to those groups. So we've seen that. He's not great, not perfect. Nobody is, but that is something that we can believe he can do well, right? What I'd like to see is the approach that they used in 2024 for the safety room when they went off and they signed Xavier McKinney, which I don't think you've got a Xavier McKinney cornerback in this free agency class, but you went out and you got your veteran Xavier McKinney, and then they threw, I think it was 3 or 4 draft picks at the safety room. And that's when you got Bullard, you got Evan Williams, you got Oladapo, who's been good on special teams and good depth. And I think there was even another guy or two that they got an undrafted free agent. So that they solved that problem. The safety room was a liability before that. And man, solution done. There it is. They need the same approach with the corner room. I don't think you need that much attention on any of the other positions. I think 1 or 2 draft picks on the D line will really help. 1 or 2 draft picks in the O line will really help. Hopefully they dip into free agency for a guy or two. It doesn't need to be a splash. I think they need depth, man. The story of the year, and guys can roll their eyes at it, but it's injuries. And it's not that just for the Packers, it's for a lot of teams. Look at the 49ers. They managed it better than the Packers did. But yeah, so knowing that, you kind of have to know that going into the football season these days. Like, you need to plan for injuries. For one, don't bet all your defense on one guy. It's great that he's a great guy to do that with, but don't do that. But two, if you anticipate that, like, then you do have those depth pieces. It's you have to anticipate it. That's the nature of the NFL. So that's what I'm looking for from them this offseason. I got a head start on that at the Shrine Bowl this week. That was pretty fun.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
But if you guys didn't catch that on the NFL Network last night, you could probably get a couple of reruns. There was actually a really good game. There's some good standout players.
Well, I also wanted to come back to, on Twitter, obviously, people have called me a closet Packer fan because of how many Packer fans I interact with. It's just quite
how many Packer fans you piss off.
That's always my I try to do that and then bring it back, Yeah. But I've heard a few kind of gripes from Packer fans or seen them. Obviously, you bring back the special teams coordinator still has a job. Keyshawn Nixon still has a job, and then your defensive linemen who fell apart are all still on the team. So, obviously those are still hot button issues for the Packers, which as a Bears fan,
Nixon, y'all don't like him no more?
I don't like Nixon, man. He got to go. He's got to go. His attitude is terrible.
And did you see him against the Bears? Obviously, all the penalties.
I do think that they ask a lot of him. He gives me like a Meek Robinson on my team. They ask a lot of him. Like, he's all right. Put him in the slot. They be having him on the outside. Like, you can't. He ain't that.
He's not that guy. That's my issue. He's not that guy. If you're gonna ask that much of somebody, like, get a different guy.
Right.
They kind of I feel like they re-signed him when he did really well on special teams. And then they kind of
showed up in corner. He was a good corner too for a little bit.
Yeah, he started the season strong. Yeah, he had some pass breakups at the beginning of the season. He started strong. His attitude is my problem, man. And he makes some of the penalties he gets are at the worst times. You got to be more mature than that. But then, his exit interview in the locker room at the end of the season there, where, they asked him how his season was. He's like, "Oh, I met all my goals, so I had a good season." And it's just like, dude, stop it. Your team just got embarrassed. That can't be your attitude. Like, maybe you did. Maybe you did get we're talking about Keyshawn Nixon. Maybe you did reach all your goals. That's fine. But that, like, in the locker room after getting embarrassed like that against your rival in the playoffs, dude, no, it wasn't a good season. Period. The end. Like, that's it. That's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear you met your goals, so it was a good season. Get the hell out of here. Are you kidding me? That's crazy talk. But the biggest bone I have to pick with him, and this is where you get kind of into some of the organizational issues, is he was brought in as an all-pro returner. And this season, he decides, I'm not going to do returning anymore. I'm CB1. All right, fair enough. Back it up, first of all. Second of all, the team didn't have a returner. So, like, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the coach going, wait a second. Your GM hired a guy, and the guy quit that job, decided to do a different job, and you're just cool with that, even though you don't have anybody to do the job he just quit, and he's supposed to be one of the best at that job. And that's where I think you get a lot of
when it comes to like the control that he has over the team. Remember, y'all played us with the Aaron Rodgers last game, and what's your middle linebacker that got ejected from the game?
Was it Quay Walker?
Quay Walker, yeah. And then both of them, he got ejected. He pushed the guy, and then like Wyatt got in the guy's face too. The same game, right at during the same play, and it's like, what? This is a big game. This is for y'all to go to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep getting under control. Don't be so selfish. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of and that right there, I'm like, damn, he ain't got no control over this team. The way he let Aaron Rodgers kind of run shit when Aaron Rodgers was there, it's like, he don't have no control over that team. So,
and that's the issue that I have, and I think that's why some of the people that want the GM fired, it's like I don't think that's the right tree to bark up, because the GM is providing resources and they're being misused, right? And Packers fans for 20 years, we've been barking about getting a first-round receiver, and then we got one, and he sat on the bench. So I don't want to hear this about the GM. Yeah, he may have made some mistakes, but the coach needs to use the resources he's given appropriately, and that's where, again, if any one of us gets a job, I get a job as an accountant, and I decide, no, I'm not going to be an accountant anymore. I'm heading over to marketing. I'm just going to get fired. They're not going to even entertain that, man. It's not even an option, oh, that's what you're doing. Okay, we'll see you. We're going to hire a guy to actually do the job that we hired you to do.
It's like a trap, because LaFleur is a talented coach. You know what I'm saying? I can't, and nobody, in my opinion, nobody out there was better than him. So it really didn't make no sense to fire him.
That's where I came back around. Yeah. It's like, don't fire him just for the sake of firing him. Make sure there's
Ben
better
Johnson
options.
ain't out there. You know what I'm saying? Vrabel ain't out there. So it's not like a real good coaches, I guess.
I love that seventh letter. You just said something positive about Ben Johnson. This is like a new day.
Johnson, I think he's a good coach. I think he a punk though, but I think
that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? He should have went for that too. And got y'all out of there. Y'all would have been in the NFC Championship last week. But he's soft and wanted to give homeboy the ball back.
Hey, we're getting there. A couple things that you said, Miles. So I did go to the Packer training camp, and you talked about a couple things. Obviously, the returner, and when I went, they were trying Matthew Golden out as returner, and even in the Bears game, they threw Josh Jacobs out there. What are you doing? That's
my whole thing.
Yeah. So you have that, and then you finally give Matthew Golden a chance, and that he got a touchdown versus the Bears, and at that touchdown, I was like, all right, well, at least we kept it close, and I thought that if he would have really
that felt like a nail in the coffin, man. It really did.
You give Golden more of a chance, and so 2026 he probably will, but.
Who's your play caller?
It's
he
Matt
called the play.
Yeah, well, that's what he says.
He sat there and let them Bears blitz him the whole third quarter and didn't do nothing.
Yeah, so here's my suspicion. I think Matt LaFleur is not the full-time play caller, and he will never admit it. I think that he's got people in his ear. I think he's letting Stenavich, maybe let's do this, let's do that. I don't think that he's full-time play caller, and I think that's why it's so polarizing, where there's some brilliant moments and there's some just dog crap moments where you're just like, what was that? And but the reason I think that is LaFleur is very, very loyal to his guys, right? And Stenavich is one of his guys. He's never been an OC outside of LaFleur. He's only been an O-line coach. He knows the stigma that Bieniemy got under Reed, right? And I think he's trying to help his guy out and be like, no, look, we're going to hand off some of these responsibilities. We'll do it low key so that it doesn't disrupt anything. But yeah, I mean, I can't be convinced that LaFleur is a full-time play caller because he's too inconsistent, if that's true. That's my biggest issue there. But and I do think that that's part of what's up for grabs still on the terms of his extension or his new deal, but that'll never get announced. But I do believe that they'll try to bring in a real offensive coordinator. And again, I don't think it'll be announced, but the play calling duties will probably be shared, something like that. And then just one comment about Bisaccia, because you brought him up, and he has definitely been one that the Packers fans would love to fire, me included. But I like to listen to players and former players, and especially in things they don't have to say. And so Mike Wall, former guard for the Packers for a long time, he's got a podcast. One thing he said about the situation, he said, look, I don't know really who's to blame, but if the issues have persisted beyond multiple coordinators, which is true now, it's probably not the coordinator. And that's where I'm willing to go, all right, well, let's assume it's not the coordinator then. Do I really want to get rid of one of the guys that around the league is regarded as one of the best? It's like, no, I mean, if he really is one of the best, I want that guy in the building. Maybe he can be responsible for changing whatever philosophy is in place that's hindering them. But that's where I'm even willing to have an open mind with him. But they got to do something about the special teams. I mean, it's responsible for keeping them out of the Super Bowl. I mean, I go back to the matchup against the Bucs when they got the punt blocked. It's just like, dude, there's too many special teams failures. They have to prioritize that.
Absolutely. Well, let's move on to the NFC North champion Chicago Bears 2025 season review. Obviously, the season did not end, how I wanted, especially with, the way we were kind of moving and into field goal range or something to beat the Rams. But, overall, obviously I did say it was going to be an 11-6 in NFC North champion season. Not many people did. And so obviously, on Twitter, everyone's kind of saying, well, and I don't even want to give this. Okay, I will give this a little bit of traction here. Packer fans are calling Iceman Caleb Williams ice pick. So because of that last.
I wish I would have thought of that.
So I've heard that a couple times, and to me, I've also heard Packer fans talk about what they like about Caleb Williams is that he's fiery, he's in the huddle, and what I loved about the progression of Caleb Williams throughout the season, he became the leader and the fiery leader that we've never had. He's already objectively the best quarterback in Chicago Bears history, and it's something I've been waiting for. And so we have the coach.
That's sad.
What's
I think it's still arguable, but yeah, it's definitely sad.
Yeah, that's sad.
I mean, who else we got?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, listen, Caleb's got 17 games in a regular season, so
who else do we have? All right. I mean, we have Caleb, and
Mitch Trubisky didn't look bad his first couple seasons either.
Yeah,
but he could flex Rex Grossman on me too, man. You bringing Rex Grossman up every now and then.
I will never bring up. I will never bring up sexy Rexy. Positive life.
Sexy Rexy.
Any other quarterback, we win that Super Bowl. Any other quarterback. I love this. Caleb is a future first ballot Hall of Famer, unlike Belichick.
Yeah.
I mean,
big old swing and miss there, man.
You got 6 rings and they still don't fuck with you. God.
Yeah. I feel like, the Hall of Fame voters are kind of like, it's kind of like a Twitter community, right?
A lot of has consequences.
You know what I think, yo? He cheated.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think that. I don't think it.
You know it, right?
Yeah, I feel I know it.
Well, so here's the thing. Obviously, everyone wants to crap on my Bears for the quarterback, but I'm obviously, you look at Caleb Williams, and we're gonna. I want to finish off after this, talk about the quarterbacks and ranking those. Seventh Letter and I did that last week, but when you look at quarterbacks, Caleb Williams is among the best in the division.
Show your list. Show your list.
No, not yet. It's coming. He's among the best in the division. let alone, I mean, maybe in the entire NFL.
At what?
Clutchness.
At what?
The clutch gene. The clutch gene.
Clutchness.
So we'll get into that. I don't want to get into that quite yet. But you're looking at Bears stuff. So when I'm looking at Chicago Bears, obviously 2026, we're going to have to make defensive improvements. Obviously that is key. And I think now Dennis Allen is going to be able to draft some of the players, or, a few more players are going to fit his scheme. There's a little bit of traction about maybe Khalil Mack coming back, finishing his career with the Chicago Bears in a little cheaper, rate than, some of the top players would.
One-day contracts are cheap.
What's that? One-day contract.
The contractors, yeah.
I mean, hey, I wouldn't mind to see him, come in almost a complimentary role. There's possibility that maybe the Bears go after Trey Hendrickson. He might be a better option as far as trading for somebody like Max Crosby. So that's going to be, on the horizon. Linebacker depth is important. We could cut Tremaine Edmonds. I know you're not a fan of him, seventh letter.
Not really.
Obviously, Bears projected cap salary cap management is going to be important. We only have about $5.9 million in space right now. But I believe, we're kind of around the same where the Packers and the Lions, we're all kind of pretty close, I believe, from what I've heard. So, free agent decisions, the Bears are going to have to go and focus on safety. Jaquan Brisker is probably no longer going to be with the Bears. I think it probably Bayard at a cheaper rate. So we'll kind of see. Andrew Billings was important for that defense. I think
he was the best player on your defense. Y'all better pay him.
Yep. So I think that, and obviously, hopefully, everything kind of, works out with that. And we may also draft an edge as well. It's a relatively deep draft class. Obviously, Miles, you can talk a little bit about that. But I think, right now, defense is going to be a focus. But, look at the 2025 season. It was a success. Caleb answered a lot of questions. Obviously, he still has a few more, right? And I'm good with that. A second-year quarterback under a first-year coach. A lot of questions were answered for the Bears. A lot of room for improvement, yet we still won. So, me, I've always got comebacks on Twitter. So I think as the reigning kings of the North, we've got a stranglehold on the a stranglehold on the rivalry with the Packers, which I enjoy.
Okay, I'll give you that. All right.
2 straight wins. I mean, that's undeniable. That did happen.
Yeah, okay.
So you look at it.
Quit. Packers lost them 2 games, yo. Packers bugged the fuck out. They
all a matter of perspective.
It is. They beat y'all. They beat y'all. I don't know what happened, yo.
Underrated need for the Bears, pass covering and sure tackling linebacker. All right, so obviously, pass covering, sure tackling linebacker. So we're going to see kind of, and I believe CJ Gardner-Johnson, he tweeted that he's basically out from the Bears, which I'm good with. He was a good kind of fill in, but overall, no thanks. So I don't necessarily want him on the 2026 Chicago Bears. We're going to see about DeAndre Swift. He had a career year with the Chicago Bears. And
he played good for y'all, didn't he?
What's that?
He played good for y'all, didn't he?
He did. And so I liked him. Obviously, Monangai was a steal.
Played good too.
Yeah. And so the question is going to be, obviously, do we go with Swift or I think Travis Etienne might be an option. So there's going to be a lot in the mix there, when you look at the Chicago Bears. But I've heard it said that really there's not ever going to be a Chicago Bears or maybe any season like the 2025 Chicago Bears, just the height and the low, and just the excitement, obviously with all the come from behind wins, and just a young quarterback coming into his own, and just a young coach coming into his own as well. So all in all, I'm excited for what the Bears did, and obviously for what they're going to through in the what we're going to be in 2026. So, any thoughts?
Well, let me start with this, right? And I don't know the exact numbers, but I believe you guys led the league in close wins, right? Like single digit wins or something like that, 1 point wins, something like that. Whatever the close win stat is. And
is this going to be the Minnesota Vikings? Is this going to be the Minnesota Vikings stat?
Historically, how do teams do the next season?
Yep, Washington Redskins.
Tell you what, I absolutely understand that, but here's the thing: what happened with the Vikings? Who was their quarterback the year after that? They had so many close.
I mean, hey, yeah, the Vikings. That's apples to oranges. That's just a very different situation for sure. But historically, teams that win the most close games the next season do not do well.
Yo,
and that's fair. Obviously,
the Chiefs.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously that's absolutely fair, and I think to me as a Bears fan, I love it. I love all the shade that way because that means that we are the team to beat in the NFC North, especially. And I haven't brought up DJ Moore. Obviously, DJ Moore's kind of been a lightning rod for that last play. We may be able to trade him. Maybe we trade him because of what Colston Loveland is becoming. I heard Cole Kmet might be a trade option as well. I like just the 1-2 punch of Kmet and Loveland, especially when Loveland was hurt.
I don't know, man. It's kind of been like a tight end renaissance, man. You got to have two, just like running back.
I agree. That is
very true. Yeah.
So I want to keep both of them. DJ Moore, obviously he was clutch, but you have Jade Walker. He was really kind of coming on as undrafted, rookie, and I like if we have him and maybe draft another or pick up another. Wide receiver, and maybe you get a 4th round pick for DJ Moore or something like that. You're not going to get a whole heck of a lot, but if we get something like that and continue to add and get younger, and you look at DJ Moore's contract, I mean, obviously it's huge. He's just starting a new one here in 2026. I mean, going to make I think $28 million.
DJ Moore is scheduled to make $28 million.
Yeah, they signed him on the internet. They signed him on Hard Knocks.
So $110 million contract extension, 2026 starts in 2026. That spans 4 years and is $28.5 million salary cap hit. It's the largest on the roster next season. So if you're gonna,
no way.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's burden, man.
It's huge.
You can't pay that guy $28 million next year. That's crazy.
Yeah. I agree. And he was kind of the heart and soul, I think, of the 2025 Bears. Made some solid catches, just a great veteran, but you can't pay him, when you have so many other. What was that?
Are you serious?
Miles' reaction to that statement.
What was?
I thought you were kidding. You serious about that? You think he was the heart and soul of your offense?
Oh, absolutely.
Not at all. But
who did you think I was going to say?
Oh, I mean, certainly not the guy that half of your fans are blaming for the end of your season. I mean, his attitude has been consistently terrible. How is he the heart and soul of your offense?
I think that's overinflated. You look at the locker room and what he's meant to the team, and he has really kind of brought the team together in the locker room. And
I don't think so.
Even in that Rams game, he made a solid catch prior to that last one. So
are there reports about this or players saying this? Like, you're not just watching this and believing that, right?
I am. I'm hearing it from Chicago Bears reporters, and obviously there have been some issues in the past, but I think now when I say that, I don't 100% believe. I think it may be 50-50 that he's going to be a Bear in 2026.
I think he's got a 10% chance of being a Bear next season.
But
I would just say, and this is not even to just be talking trash. I mean, just Caleb Williams is obviously the heart and soul of the offense. That I figured was a kind of a no-brainer at this point.
Yes and no. I mean, Caleb was starting to learn throughout the season. You have a veteran like DJ Moore, who he can trust. And I think that was the issue in that last play. He had started to really trust DJ Moore. You have, someone who was going to be running, he couldn't trust that he was going to be running the route, and maybe it's a new concept or whatever, new offensive concept, but he just didn't run the route as crisp as he should have. But he had trusted that he was going to make those clutch plays, and you throw it. He threw it to him with the Packers, and so twice, So, but yeah, I think 2026 Caleb Williams will be the heart and soul, and he has become that. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting ride. So, here we go. EJ says we can get rid of Moore. He reminds me of Packers wide receivers, good, but not a star.
Man, shots fired. Come on now. Goodness. I don't think he reminds me of a Packers wide receiver at all, but I understand the shot that was taken there. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, man, dude, I would be, if I'm a Bears fan, I would be jettisoning him. Get him out, give me whatever draft pick I can get for him. You got Luther Burden, you got Adunze, you got 2 great tight ends. You don't need that, dude. You just don't.
All you need is somebody solid at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
Good, and Luther Burden looked like he might be some.
Yeah, and Johnny Walker did good.
A Khalif Raymond type, somebody that's solid. You know what I'm saying?
And then we can put more of the money on the defense, or as well. I agree. So I want to kind of move on to the quarterbacks. All right. So here's our 7th letter night. Last week we talked about quarterbacks, and we both have our lists. So I'm going to put up here the PFF ranking of quarterbacks. And we'll kind of go from there. So PFF ranks 1 to 17 here. Stafford 1, Burrow 2, May 3, Purdy 4, Love 5, Allen 6, Prescott 7, Lawrence 8, Herbert 9, Darnold 10, Hurts 11, Goff 12, Cousins 13, Mahomes 14.
Wait, Cousins?
Exactly.
So this was how well they did toward the end of the season. All right. So this is the PFF rank, and obviously Mahomes was hurt, so he slid down, and Caleb Williams at 15, Nick's at 16, Daniels at 17. So a lot of this was kind of like, how well they did, and then also if they got hurt. So Cousins evidently came on toward the end of the season. So what are your thoughts? Dre, I'm going to give you a shot here to look at this list. What are your thoughts on this PFF list?
Well, Burrow being number 2 after missing the majority of the season is kind of like, he shouldn't be there just because of that. Because he had a decent season, but that was because he didn't play the entire season. Cousins also similarly, he was on the bench the entire season up until Penix got hurt. Stafford had obviously a very good season. May, his record shows for it. Purdy, less injured than Burrow, but still injured too.
Damn. I mean, Purdy had some amazing games, and I think could be a prisoner of the moment, but Purdy has, I think, a command of that Shanahan offense. And,
he does.
He's a bum. You can have that. I don't want him.
Hey, he does. He's got a grasp on that offense, though. You can't deny it.
Yeah, because outside of McCaffrey, who is on that offense really? The wide receivers, at best, they're B receivers. Mm-hmm. They're none of them are
they got that tight end. They got that tight. He popped his Achilles, but they got that tight end.
Yeah, but
Bears,
they don't have a receiving core. They don't. Outside,
they were beating us with Tonjes. So
yeah.
The former Packer great.
No, that's Tunyon, and he's a former.
I thought
Bear as well.
That's right. Tonjes
played for y'all too.
Yeah,
that's right. He did. Tonjes, got mixed with Tonjes and Tanyan. That's right.
Tanyan played for y'all too.
After he played for the Packers, so he should be more loyal to you than us.
Notably absent here, Dre, is JJ McCarthy.
Okay, I'm not gonna try to convince anybody here that he should be there. I'm not trying to say that.
All right, well, let's go ahead and go with 7th letters list now. I'll save my list for last. This is 7th letter. I'm gonna give you a chance to defend your decisions here.
These are all good quarterbacks, man. These are all good quarterbacks right here, man. I got Goff at 5 though. I just think my boy played good this year with nothing.
I know we struggled with trying to put Prescott on there, but
I mean, I think it's just his stats are too crazy to leave him off the list. I don't like the Cowboys, but Dak Prescott, I don't think he was the reason why they lost this year. You know what I mean? You got a whole bunch of myriad of things that went wrong there. So
Jerry Jones is one of them.
Jerry Jones is
always.
He's
like 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I mean, he's definitely
that's
more
why I
than
say.
And then
that's why I said on Twitter, the Chicago Bears are the new America's team.
That's what you do. You go off and you
was America's team last year.
You keep trying to take things. That's why you piss people off on Twitter.
We was America's team last year. Everybody that's different that come up, they're gonna be America's team. Man.
Hell yeah, that's funny.
I mean, even Mike Tirico and they were all laughing and excited for the Bears. So I mean,
now the Bears are like they box office, yo. Like if you want to sit at the edge of your seat, I give you that. I just want to win. I just want to beat people and win. I don't want to go through all that shit, all that we about to lose, and then Caleb Williams does a Russell Wilson throw. I swear that lucky ass. He is so it makes me sick. It's like when it just reminds me of Russell Wilson in those Seahawks games back in the day. Like he just ran all the way back here and threw it up, and one of these bullshit receivers caught it. I could see I think Baldwin had a catch like that one time where Russell Wilson was just running, and just throws up a prayer.
How about Eli Manning?
Yeah, well, Eli Manning, man. But Eli Manning in those playoff runs was I have a large deal of respect for Eli Manning. He's probably one of my favorite quarterbacks ever because he was clutch and he can hit layups.
Well, speaking of that, obviously
in NFL history.
Welcome to the Giant Goofballs. Always, they've got some great stuff. Definitely check out their stuff. But yeah, speaking of Russell Wilson and Eli Manning, here we go.
I can't stand
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
All right. Yes,
I die when I lose. When I lose, I die. I pass away for 7 days. And then on Sunday, I rise with hope again to be risen from the dead. And when I am risen from the dead, I'm happy again. I was in the doghouse for a whole 3 weeks.
I know that's why I enjoy it. It's more fun when you're like more excited. So
losing because to the Vikings can do that to you.
I'm in, bro. I'm in, man. I'm in. I'm the fabric of my anybody that knows me. You still like the Lions? Like that's the first thing they ask me. Like that. I've been a Lions fan since I was in grade school.
That's fair.
It's respectable for sure. And as long as y'all have Dan Campbell, you got a shot.
Yo, all my ex-girlfriends say I root for the Lions. All of them. All of them.
Eli without elite. There you go.
I like Eli. I'm telling you, I just do. I just do.
I don't hate on him, but both of those Super Bowl wins, there's some luck in there for sure.
Respect though. But look at the team. He probably had one of the hardest roads to the Super Bowl ever. Especially the second.
That's
San Francisco, that good ass Saints team that was trying to bounty hunter team he beat.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? He beat the Packers that was 15-1.
A cold game at Lambeau, man. Yep.
Yeah. Like, yo, Eli Manning, man, the teams he was a big part of it. Although the offensive line protected well and the running game, everything was cohesive. Some of the throws he was able to make. Eli played his ass off, man. I just got a great day, especially that San Francisco game. I thought he was dead. I thought they killed him. Bro.
Well, I want to bring out one thing here. Obviously, you put Caleb at 7. You put Love at 8. 7th letter.
Come on, man.
This year. All right. You know what? And this is after that Hail Mary that Jordan Love threw at the end of that game.
All right.
So Caleb Williams in a big moment versus Love. That's what got Caleb Williams over Love. Because one thing about Caleb Williams, he ain't afraid of the big moments. I gotta give him that.
No, he's not.
I gotta give him
that.
That's the scary part about his game. All right, if you let him hang around, he'll beat you.
Yeah, we're gonna see how far 50% gets him next year.
I mean, Pat Mahomes, same kind of guy, like 50%. But
He's I didn't. Okay.
Hey, seventh letter. Don't let Commanders fans, Washington fans, Daniels like. I have a lot of Commanders fans in my mentions trying to say how good Daniels is. Obviously, the greatest ability is availability. He's pretty tiny. We'll see how he goes, but I mean, he's talented. So number 10, you have him number 10.
I got him at number 10 because he was hurt this year and he didn't look that good. But I believe him from the year before last. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that he's a really good quarterback, and he carried the team as a rookie. They didn't have nobody. Jordan, Eckler at running back.
I mean, they did have Scary Terry.
That's 1.58
one guy.
Yeah. He's good though, but yeah,
he's tiny.
Speaking of good, let's go ahead and look at my list. We'll kind of end with this. All right, I have this is now kind of going forward. Obviously, now once Mahomes is fully healthy, I'm not sure when he will be, but Mahomes, he's won Super Bowl, so I have him number 1. Stafford, the way he's been playing. If he plays next year, it'll be interesting. Maybe he retires. Maybe not. 2.
Nah, he said he's coming back.
Is he coming back? All right.
Yeah, he'll be back.
I mean, guys, where your defense coordinator got a head coaching job?
Halfley? Yeah, he's down. He's with the Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins.
Okay,
yep. So I have Burrow at 3, Allen at 4, Caleb Williams at 5.
You see how he tripped?
Drake May at 6, Purdy 7, Love at 8 as well. Lamar Jackson, which 7 letters does not like. Goff at 10, Herbert, Prescott, Hurts, Daniels, Lawrence, Nick. So I went a little bit further. All right, eviscerate me.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not ever hearing Jordan Love's mid again because you just called him a top 10 quarterback.
Oh, shots fired.
Not hearing that anymore.
Yeah. Well done. All right. I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
That was you. You did that.
I did. I did. Yeah. Yes.
But hey,
I'll say that.
For your Caleb Williams bias, this isn't terrible. This isn't bad. No, I don't think Caleb Williams is in the top 10 yet, but I think he's close. And for me, it does come down to the completion percentage. I gotta keep beating you up on that. But you can see it in these games, and I know y'all saw it in the game against the Packers before the miraculous stuff at the end. He was missing some throws.
Just missing. Yeah, that's what he do.
Missing.
Yes and no. Right, absolutely. But
yes, there's drops, but he misses a lot.
And some of them are bad. Some of them are bad.
And that's the cool thing about it. Obviously, we were winning with that, and with him still trying to get to know the offense.
Fair enough.
In that Rams game, I mean, he was, if you look at it, he was in command of the offense. And a lot of it was the drops. And his 7th letter maybe said he threw it too hard. All right. So, but there were a ton of drops. And so there's obviously room for improvement. But, many in the media have said that Caleb Williams is a different quarterback. He is one of the first quarterbacks that you look at percentages and it doesn't matter. Right. It doesn't matter because when he needs to, he's going to make the throw.
Because you're winning.
Let's put a pin in this conversation. We'll see you this time next year. We'll talk about it.
What if he do what he did against the Rams? You know what I mean? Like, what if he do what he did against the Rams and throw a pick at the end? Then it ain't all you just because you're winning.
No. So I still, and obviously it was an interception, but I love the pass. Here's why. He was decisive. He wasn't Jordan Love kind of trying to wave people on. He was decisive. He knew what he wanted to do. He knew he was going to DJ Moore. He was going to trust him. He probably, should have checked down and lived to fight another day. But he was decisive. And it wasn't kind of like, well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And I want a quarterback that in the moment is going to be decisive because then the other players are going to follow them, right? And so, and even you have to look at this, Miles, as well. Jordan Love, he's not going to be that fiery guy. And maybe that will hold him back in actually getting to this Super Bowl, taking the next step. I mean, no.
And I'll tell you this.
Was dead in the Super Bowl.
The thing, one of my favorite things about Aaron Rodgers in his prime is he was not a fiery guy. He was just as like level as could be. Like you see, like they do those, shots of these guys' faces when they're rolling out, right? And they're, rolling out of the pocket. His face was just straight, right? Just cool, collected, just not like fired up at all. Like you can tell he's just processing, dialing, and going. And like that, I want that more than I want the guy that Caleb Williams is. And that's not to say that it's working, because again, the results are there. You guys won games. You won a playoff game. You won the game. So it's not to say that that's not working for him, but I'm okay with Jordan Love not being that guy. I actually prefer the dialed in, just completely composed quarterback that whether you're up by 40 or down by 40, he looks the same.
So I know you're trying to throw shade here, but Aaron Rodgers is obviously Caleb Williams is his idol. All right. And in the moment out on the field, Caleb Williams is dialed in. Like he throws a touchdown pass. He's not, going to be rah-rah, but it's on the sideline when you're getting after your teammates to say, hey, we missed this assignment. We all could be better. Let's dial this in a little bit better. And that's a little bit different. Like you have someone who on the field is going to be like down and all that. And maybe that's what you saw last year with, him on the sideline kind of slumped over. And that's a lot of people want to kind of look at that, but that's when you have a coach that knows what he's doing, that changes everything. So,
sure.
All right. We did have one comment here. Where was Jackson Dart? I don't know, Jack.
Where he belongs, not on any of these lists.
Oh, what?
He'll get there. He was a rookie. You're not cracking a top 15 as a rookie, man. Get out of here. He'll get
Dre,
there.
we can't hear you, Dre.
Also, who compared Caleb Williams to Curry? Like that is no. Just no.
Pat Mahomes got that.
Yeah. 100% no. Like, and that's not even disrespect to Caleb Williams. Like, that's not even
no.
Curry.
We're not.
Yeah,
we're no.
Already claimed that one. That he is Steph Curry for real.
I mean, like you said, seventh letter. Caleb is box office, right? People want to watch. We're gonna be on. We're gonna be on prime time a ton this year.
It's never over. It's never over with that guy. It's never over. If y'all close, it's not over.
I'll take that.
Because he got a strong arm, he extend plays, and when you're able to extend plays, that's a big play rate waiting to happen. And that's just.
And next year, let's revisit that. Ooh,
this guy's talking some trash, man.
That Jackson Dart is going to knock Jordan Love. I think 2026 maybe make it or break it year for Jordan Love.
You just called him a top 10 quarterback, man. We're not going back to this Jordan Love is mid conversation. I already told you that. No, he is absolutely one of the rising star quarterbacks in this league. And
he's one of the best, yeah.
He's got talent.
That doesn't mean Jackson Dart can't be. You don't have
it's just the challenge. Like any quarterback that think about playing him, he gonna push that bitch down the field, and that's what make him scary.
Jackson Dart did well versus the Bears, absolutely, and you have obviously if Scatterbo can stay healthy, the Giants they've got some options there, and obviously now with Harbaugh, right? Harbaugh
they're gonna run that boy to death, man. They're gonna run that boy. They're gonna run that Scatterbo to death. I want a Scatterbo, by the way.
One playoff. I love this. Any Packer shade. One playoff in 4 years, rising star. Oh yes, neighbors.
Man. When was the last time the Giants had a playoff win?
Right, 2020, 2022, I think.
Yeah, first the Vikings.
Sorry,
first the Vikings. Yes.
I didn't even mean to come at you with that one, man.
No, you're good. You're good.
Tell you what, this has been a fun episode. Definitely appreciate everyone coming on. Dre, where can everyone find you as we close out?
You can hit me up on X, Twitter. That's Coleman Sports. Love coming on and looking forward to, if anything, getting into the NFL draft at this point. So
it's coming, absolutely coming. And speaking of that draft stuff, even that you're a Packer fan, you have a lot of great content that is non-Packer draft stuff. Definitely everyone follow Miles on X for all his draft stuff. And so where can everyone find you on X?
Yeah, I am on X. You guys find me at Pack Weekly Pod on X. You can also find me just at Miles Teddick, and you'll find me. Don't worry. But yeah, we
scrolling on the bottom here too. So
there it is. Yeah, look at that. We're all set up. You can find me there. But we got the Pack Weekly Pod every Monday night at 9:30 streaming live. In the we're in the draft season now, so we're gonna be talking a lot of draft stuff. I welcome all these trash talkers here in the comments. Come tell me how bad Jordan Love's gonna be. And we'll talk about it. But yeah, this next Monday we're going to be diving more into Shrine Bowl and Senior Bowl stuff, and really starting to get a feel for kind of the big board, who's landing where. One thing to call out: it does look like the edge group is deep, man. It looks very deep. The top looks good. But a guy like Mason Rager out of Wisconsin, who just won the defensive MVP at the Shrine Bowl last night with 3 sacks. And I believe he had a forced fumble, just wrecked the entire game. That guy he's like a day 3 projection right now. So you could find some day 1 impact guys. I don't know that he'll end up being a day 3. I think Mason Rager will probably make his way into day 2. But yeah, there's a lot to look at. So if you need edge players, it's a good year for that. But yeah, we'll be through the draft season, going through all the positions and breaking them down.
All good stuff. Definitely like and subscribe there. You can find me on NFL Outdated on Twitter X, on YouTube, on Instagram, and find us on Freezin 4 Pod on TikTok. And definitely every Wednesday here, 9:30 CST. And rain or shine, 7th letter, you're always here as well. I appreciate that. Even when I tried to duck you last week, you still made me have a special show to bring me on. So
he did duck me.
Hell yeah. Keep him honest.
It was a Viking centric show for a little bit.
He played all his Viking friends on. They could kiss his ass. Nah, bring that ass over here, man. I got my back.
So where can everyone find you as we close out?
Yeah, 7th letter 4, Twitter X, same OG on Facebook and Instagram. Pleasure to be with you guys. Stay warm. I saw a car slide and spin the other day. I ain't been to work since Friday. I wasn't driving in that. Be safe, please.
Don't do it.
I'll see y'all next Wednesday.
Absolutely. Thanks everyone for commenting and following and all of that stuff, and like and subscribe, and we'll catch you again next week. Once again, this has been the Freezin 4 Podcast. Bear down. We'll see you next week.
Go.